Philly, Dame Lillard in a little bit of a slump. The Sixers playing without Tobias Harris and without Joel Embiid. As you'll see, there's Dame Lillard. We also have Joel not playing, not in uniform. So first quarter, Lillard, he drives to the hoop. Can't quite get the friendly roll, but he gets the foul. Listen to the Philly crowd here at the line.
Chance going up here at the center.
I heard it. City of brotherly love. We show the brothers some love. I know what it is and I know what it's about, but I'm a trailblazer. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the respect, that they show and the desire or whatever. But I'm 10 toes in Grip City.
So back in the game, third quarter, 76ers up by 5. Danny Green lobs it to Andre Drummond, and Drummond did more than score. Later in the third, Drummond feeds George Niang. You know that's good. Drummond had 14 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 assists. So then later in the fourth, 76ers up 7. Seth Curry gets in his bag, hits the 3 from the wing. Curry had a game-high 23 points, and the 76ers win it. Here's Doc Rivers on the win.
Yeah, it was great. I was joking with Michael Rubin. I said, you only had $105 million on not in the game tonight. So it was just a good team effort. It's one of those games I thought every single guy did something to help us win the game. They kind of stayed within their roles. They understood, what we needed, getting to the paint and creating plays. I thought we did that tonight.
So Philadelphia now has 3 straight wins, but health concerns are remaining. They're without Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, and Danny Green. They're all on the mend. Welcoming in our senior writer and reporter, Ramona Shelburne. Embiid was out for a rest day, but how is his knee progressing, Ramona?
Really well. He's going to play tomorrow against Chicago. Danny Green's going to be out because he had a hamstring injury suffered in that game. But Joel Embiid is progressing really well with his knee. And also that rest day gave him a chance to get in the lab with his personal trainer, Drew Hanlon, and go over some areas where he thinks he can improve his game and help the Sixers play the way they need to without Ben Simmons, without Tobias Harris, without Danny Green now. But he's going to play against Chicago.
Joel in, Danny Green out. You mentioned it, Ben Simmons. We can't have a 76ers segment without asking you about Ben Simmons. So what's the latest on his possible return to Philadelphia?
Well, Malika, there's been frustration mounting, according to people close to the situation, that Ben has not been accepting any of the help that the team has offered him in terms of helping him with his mental readiness. And he has been working with mental health professionals through the Players Association, but thus far I'm told he hasn't really kept the team in the loop on that. And there is frustration mounting there that they want to know, okay, you're out due to mental, you need to get mentally ready to play. But so far he's just done individual work with some of their position coaches. He hasn't been back in with the team, and he's not providing the team with any updates on what he's doing to get back and get himself back with the team and participating in team activities.
Interesting. So it doesn't really seem like there's a firm timeline yet.
There's no timeline.
No timeline on when he could be coming back. Philly hosts the Bulls tomorrow night. Thank you so much, Ramona.
Thanks,
Please
Micah.
don't go too far. As for the Blazers, on the other side, Damian Lillard was 7 of 20 from the field and 2 of 9 from 3. And Portland Star's season is still a work in progress.
I always look at struggles as an opportunity to show my true character. You know what I'm saying? When things go great, it's a lot of praise that comes along with that. And a lot of people give you a lot of credit. They speak really highly on you. But I think it says more when, you're going through something, it's kind of hitting the fan and you're struggling and everybody got something to say. To me, the real ones can, they can keep on trucking, and keep on going and still find a way to get the job done.
Dame has made just 15 of his 65 attempts from free three this season, which is just 23%, and that ranks last in the NBA among players with at least 50 attempts. And it's a small sample size, as Lillard is a 37% career shooter from deep. So joined again by Perk, Chene, and Zach. And Perk, you just heard Damian Lillard say, after he struggled and talked to reporters, that games like this, times like this, it builds character. What does he need to do to start having the success we're accustomed to seeing from him?
Well, I think it's simple. He just has to have a mental reset, right? And just decompress a little bit. Because we have to remember, right, Damian Lillard is taking on a lot right now for us with the trade rumors and whether or not he should get out of Portland and, you know, whether one of his teammates should be traded. And that's a lot riding on the shoulders of your franchise guy who really never been through that. We've known Damian Lillard to be just this terrific basketball player, but now he's seeing the other side of it, of the business side of it, where he's actually getting the opportunity to have his input in calling the shots. So I just think Dame has to take a step back, reset his mind, lock in on hooping, and I think he'll be just fine.
Absolutely.
I completely agree, Perk. And I think I might be a little crazy for saying this, but like Dame is allowed a shooting slump. For 9 years in this league, he has really held it down. Last year, for example, his running mates, C.J. McCollum, Yusuf Nurkic, Zach Collins, missed 187 games. And who held them together? Damian Lillard. You look overall, I mean, this guy, I gave a stat a little while ago that Steph runs a lot. Dame leads the league in miles run per game since 2013. He's the leader. So he's allowed to, you know, put his foot off the grass a little bit and just find a shot. We know it's coming. So I hear a lot of people say, oh, he's got a shooting slump. This man will be just fine, and you're right, Perk. He's been dealing with a lot, and sometimes it manifests itself at the start of the season and not having your rhythm, but he's going to be just fine.
You fan yourself over there, Perk. You taking flames from Chennai?
When that good gospel and that First Street Baptist Church get to preach, it's that time. It's that time. Go ahead.
Absolutely. And to Chennai and Perk's point, you know, 29% through his first 4 games from 3 last year. That was around where he is now, a little bit higher than that 23%. But then he jumped back up to 39%, and that was his 3rd best shooting percentage over the course of his career. But Zach, this is the first year for Chauncey Billups. So is it a system thing that's impacting Lillard, or is it a larger issue that you see there?
This is Damian Lillard. This is his 10th season. There are things I worry about in life, in my life, in the NBA life. Damian Lillard's three-point percentage is not one of them. And everyone is searching so hard for explanations. The system's different, this and that. You look at the numbers, his pick-and-roll volume, about the same. Portland is still a low assist team, high off the dribble 3 team. All of it is still basically the same. It's a little different. It's just a shooting slump. If it were February, we wouldn't be talking about it as much. It happens to be the start of the season. Damian Lillard will be fine. I will say, Perk mentioned the trade rumors. He said 10 toes deep in Rip City last night. He rapped, he freestyled about wanting to be the next Greek Freak and Dirk. Like, I get that you can sort of walk back anything you say, but he's kind of painting himself into like, I'm back in the stay in Portland for life corner. He's not like talking around it. He's being direct.
Yeah, absolutely. He told us, I wanted to get in front of it and tell people if we had a slump, if I had an individual slump, if anything happened, that's not going to be what affects me staying in Rip City. And Dame and the Blazers are back in action tomorrow night in Cleveland. So coming up on NBA Today, it's the best of the best, the top of the top from Monday. Find out if this Nikola Jokic pass made